After watching a few reviews, first impression videos on YouTube, I decided to take a shot. Pros. The proprietary, soundstage speaker system on this thing is amazing. The subwoofers have great bass and the overall virtual surround sound is absolutely stunning. Even at high volume it sounds very clear without distortion. The screen has very great quality. Click link in description for purchase and more reviews. The response time on the screen is around 9 milliseconds but it still flows fluidly. At this point I have only mounted my PS4 Pro Spider-Man Edition console on it, refer Yo attached photos. Since PS4 Pro does not support 2K, the screen is ran at 1080p. It still looks great and does what it is intended to do. I will update this review when Xbox One S is used and ran at 2K resolution. I have read in a prior review here that a PS4 Pro would not be compatible with this case because of the console's size and manner in which the cables are connected. I'm happy to say, that is incorrect. My PS4 Pro fits perfectly in this case and the included L-shaped HDMI cable along with the normal power supply cable run perfectly. The console is secured with the grill on top just fine and no problems with it whatsoever. Cons. The case itself when closed is pretty heavy. You are looking at carrying roughly 30 pounds with this thing. It's not too bad for someone like me, but it may be heavy for children. Though this is more of an adult gadget due to its price. The case is pretty rugged and while it is sturdy, I would be wary of dropping this thing to the ground when it's closed. The front part of it when it's closed, which would be the back of the monitor when it's opened, feels like a good punch could damage the screen. Dropping this could also cause damage to the console inside and maybe damage the hard disk drive. To connect power to the console and screen, you need to plug two separate power cables. The cable from the console and the cable from the case itself. The cables run from out the case which look a little messy and would be nice if there was one solo power cable to connect the console and screen. Not a deal breaker at all, just could irritate those who are meticulous. Only one controller fits in the case and the small pouch it comes with is mainly for the case power supply that is intended to be placed on the left side of the case, leaving no extra room for other devices, controllers, etc. Click link in description for purchase and more reviews. Again, not a deal breaker at all. The power cable from the console does not really have a place so you have to wind it up and kind of make it fit. You could remove the power cable from the console and place it in the pouch with the other cable, but you wouldn't want to be removing the mounting grill every time you're done playing. Overall, I'm extremely satisfied with this unit and definitely recommend it. The price tag is a bit high, but you definitely get your money worth. Okay, a moment of gushing before we get down to business. Oh my god, this is magnificent. I am so in love with this system. Now, gushing over and down to the nitty-gritty. I have included some photos with my review as well. About me. I previously owned a GAEMS Vanguard Black Edition which I thoroughly enjoyed but always lamented the lack of HD graphics. Otherwise, I loved its portability but knew it was time for an upgrade. I considered the GAEMS Sentinel but wanted a little more oomph and waited semi-patiently, yeah right, for the GAEMS Guardian Pro Xp to be released. I own a PS4 Uncharted Limited Edition and roughly 50 plus games. I prefer single player and do not do co-op, multiplay ever. I purchased my GAEMS Guardian Pro Xp when, unfortunately, Amazon did not have stock available and had to purchase from another site. Construction. This machine feels substantial and very well put together. The straps that hold your console, controller and accessory bag are secure and convenient. The top of the case with the beautiful silver finish and GAEMS logo looks and feels like it should at this price point. The bottom of the case has ample non-slip pieces so the case won't go slipping and sliding across the table. The rubber base that you sit your console on is accurately cut out for all console types designated for the Guardian. Between the straps holding my console and the cage that goes over the top of it, I have no doubt that my console is very well protected. The controller cradle comfortably holds the controller in place when not in use. The straps for the controller are designed to be removed if you want them completely out of the way when they aren't being used. The lid of the case has a nice weight to it because it does hold the 24-inch screen. The hinges look and feel high quality and they hold the screen easily in place when the case is open. I would be sure to have a firm grip on the lid when shutting the case to avoid slamming it shut. The pass-through port on the back of the case allows for a second monitor to be hooked up and is well placed and protected when not in use. Wait. A YouTube reviewer equated it to like carrying a dead bow. They're right, and it was the first thought that popped into my head, especially once I got it loaded up with my console. Click link in description for purchase and more reviews. But when I put my old 21.5 inches HD monitor and carrying case with all the PS4 stuff console in one hand and carry it, the difference between the weight of the Guardian and my old setup is nominal and worth it for the convenience. If you do have mobility issues, the Guardian's weight might be very challenging, and I would take a look at the GAEMS Sentinel in that situation. Screen quality. Yes, this is 2K and PS4 only does 1080p or 4K. If you have a PS4 Pro, the Guardian gives you the option to tweak all the settings: brightness, contrast, sharpness, saturation, and color temp. You have several preset options to choose from, or you can opt to go your own way with your preferred settings. I went totally custom, and in about 5 minutes or less I had the prefect settings for me. The graphics are beautiful and the colors are vivid and accurate. I do not see any graininess while gaming or watching movies. The size of the screen is fantastic. 24 inches is a great step up from the GAEMS Vanguard 19-inch screen without being overwhelming. When I considered getting a separate 4K monitor instead of the Guardian, the smallest screen I could find was 27 inches. Setting that on a table right in front of me would have just been too much screen to really enjoy my gaming sessions. The GAEMS Guardian Pro Xp strikes just the right balance between size and portability. There is almost no light bleed. What little there is does not affect gameplay or enjoyment. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 equals no light bleed and 5 equals horrific light bleed, I would say this is a 1. 2 or 1. 3 at most. Audio. There are 2 headphone jacks right in front with the volume controls and easy reach during play. The speaker quality is a substantial step up from the GAEMS Vanguard. The sound is very good for built-in speakers. When I need to hear every little sound I'm still going to use a headset, but when I'm just doing some light casual gaming, a little Journey or Spyro, etc. Click link in description for purchase and more reviews. The speakers are very nice and I enjoy the break from my headset. Portability, usability. I don't travel, but I am a family caregiver and I have to move my gaming system around quite a bit throughout the day. Using a separate monitor was very aggravating and frankly sucked the joy out of my gaming sessions because it was such a hassle to set up, take down, and move. If I left my system set up somewhere, it was either not where I needed to be, or the darn thing was in the way, or I didn't want to game but didn't want to deal with having to pack it all up just to unpack it later or the next day. I frequently found myself longing to game but not doing it because I just felt too tired to waste time going through the process of unpacking and setting up my system. Then came the issue of storage. Trying to find a convenient but safe location for my monitor to set while not in use was a pain. The truth was it always seemed to be in the way. With the GAEMS Guardian Pro XP, my gaming sessions have become stress-free again. Unless of course I just got blown up by a RPG because I was looking the wrong direction. Yep, it's happened more than once, folks. Setup, takedown, and storage is a breeze because it's all in one protective case that I can easily store and move around whenever I want. Nothing is ever in the way. All I have to do is unplug the power cords from the wall, tuck the cords behind the PS4 and put them in the included storage bag, and then close the lid. The controller has its own designated cradle in the case. When I'm ready to game again, all I do is pop the case open, pull the cords out of the storage bag and plug them into the wall. Everything stays connected to the back of the PS4 and the inside of the Guardian case when it's not in use. I can start gaming or pack it up in 90 seconds or less hassle-free. All the control buttons on the Guardian are conveniently located right in front and within easy reach when gaming. The settings menus are simple to navigate and offer a nice range of options, especially when tweaking the video settings. Click link in description for purchase and more reviews.